What it do, YouTube? It's Wukan Reacts, you know what I'm saying? And today, we finna be reacting to How Does He Get Away With This? By Jimmy High Roller. I don't know who he's talking about, but let's find out, you know what I'm saying? 3, 2, 1.
The NBA is back, and so is James Harden and his unstoppable offensive game. 49 points in his first game back this season, like it's nothing.
About James Harden
he
now.
has perfected the art of scoring. At this point, he's borderline unguardable. Wait.
What?
Did this man just... Is that even legal? Okay, hold up. How is this man getting all of this space every shot?
Whoa!
How is he getting to the rim at will?
Hey, you right though.
This kind of looks like a trap.
Dude, come on with the notifications.
He makes 40 bombs look like a walk in the park.
For real though.
Somehow, he makes the best defensive players in the league look like they have 2 left feet. The beard is nearly unstoppable on offense.
Yo, he made that?
But according to some NBA fans, it's
I don't really pay attention to James Harden, you know?
Is this true?
That's true though. He be scoring 40 to 50 points and it feels like it's just regular for him. Like he doesn't even get the same recognition.
Today's video is
it's just regular for him at this point.
Dope Blockers got the freshest NBA gear in
nice
the game.
Dope Blocker, ordered from them. Nice.
Thank
me later. Skipping this.
Since 1891, goaltending was not a thing. There was no backboards. Most games ended with a single point scored, and just dribbling the ball was against the rules. Yet here we are today, 129 years later, and the game
non-stop
is still
dribbling,
evolving thanks to players like James Harden. But Harden isn't the first player to bend the rule book to favor his eccentric and shockingly effective game.
Really?
Allen Iverson's crossover was so deadly that the NBA made referees enforce stricter rules on palming the ball. Charles Barkley was so effective in the post that the NBA created a rule to prevent players from backing down the defense for more than 5 seconds without shooting, passing, or picking up their dribble.
Oh, so they can't just big body for 5 seconds.
Rip-through move to the point where the NBA had to create a rule specifically to prevent shooting fouls when a player does this. And then there's James Harden, who continues to create a frenzy among NBA fans with moves that you would swear were against the rules. Most NBA players struggle to score even 25 points a game, but somehow James Harden is putting up 40 like the NBA is some sort of rec league.
For real though.
Every NBA player with multiple 40.
Jeep is more than a legendary SUV brand.
It's a community,
and we want to share our employee price with you, so you can go anywhere, do anything, and get back where you belong. At the Jeep Big Finish event.
Point games this season. And here's James Harden.
Is that good?
How is he this much better than everyone else at putting the ball in the hoop?
Then it is.
Breaking some sort of rule or rules to pile up these ridiculous scoring totals.
40 points. He had 20?
Legitimate reason as to why no one else in the NBA is able to do the things James Harden is doing on the offensive end. Right?
Right.
But if it's just a matter of bending or even breaking the rules, why isn't everyone else doing it? I want to begin by showing you a chart that may blow your mind. If you've ever played any sort of organized basketball, you know that arguably the most difficult possession to create offense out of is an ISO possession.
No, I'm ISO king.
This means you don't get any screens, you don't call a
play I'm
to get
ISO
offense
king.
moving, you literally,
I'm an ISO king.
do everything yourself.
I'm an ISO king.
Coaches
not tough for me.
And most fail to see the
it's their fault if they hate it.
Possession.
They don't hate it when I have the ball.
It takes a special talent that most teams don't
Must
have
be me then.
to pull off.
It's not that hard for me.
An extremely skilled purist to generate offense.
Should be in the NBA then at this point.
It takes James Harden. Here's a graph displaying the best ISO players in the NBA this season, with points generated in ISO plays on the y-axis and effective field goal percentage on the x-axis. Just to crack the top 20, you need to be an ISO specialist. Chris Paul produces about 2.7 points per game on ISO plays. Brandon Ingram is good for 3 points per game off of these plays. As you go up the charts, you'll see the league's most lethal scorers. Giannis, Kawhi, LeBron, Luka. Go even further, and you reach the realm of ISO demigods. D'Lo, Lillard, and Westbrook. So, where's James Harden?
Where is he? Oh my god.
James Harden is so good at ISO situations that he is almost off the charts, producing 16 points per game just
I felt like I could lock him up though.
Possessions. This
I'd
is
lock him
absurd.
up. ISO
It's
king my
borderline
cheeks. I'm the
unbelievable.
best ISO.
But this is the result of a player that has perfected the art of scoring. Just clear out and give him the ball. This is the result of a man that has found all the gaps in the rulebook and uses his uncanny skill and craftiness to finesse 35 points on whoever he wants, whenever he wants.
Yeah, right.
But how
Not on
exactly
me.
is James Harden so good at scoring? To what extent is he using lenient officiating and a flimsy rulebook to his advantage?
Let's travel.
Why can't anyone else seem to figure it out?
No way. There's no way. There's literally no way. I would figure it out. It's not that hard. He's not that good.
Starting with his infamous arm hook, one of the first techniques Harden used to get an advantage on his opponents. Here, Harden uses a lack of space to get inside his defender's
Maybe I
arm
could take a
and
couple
rip
notes.
through to draw contact as he's driving to the rim. This is very similar to the rip-through move Kevin Durant would often use. Harden can now pull his arm through to draw a foul and disguise it as an act of shooting. But remember, there is a rule on rip-throughs to prevent players from doing this. But the rule states that if a player initiates contact before the shooting motion, it will be called as a non-shooting foul. Harden's move is so effective because unlike this move that is easy to sniff out as a flop, once Harden gets his arm under the defense, he can put up a shot at any point and it will be a shooting foul every single time. It's completely legal and incredibly effective. And according to some NBA fans, it's apparently too effective since Harden gets far too many calls compared to other NBA stars. But when you take a look at other all-time great perimeter players in their best scoring seasons, Harden's free throw attempts fit right in with the rest. In fact, both Michael Jordan and Allen Iverson attempted more free throws than James Harden has in their best 2 scoring seasons. Because getting to the line isn't some sort of gimmick, it's a skill. And James Harden is the best at it. Next, let's
obviously not if Jordan and the AI had more.
A move popularized by Manu Ginobili but perfected by the beard. We've all seen it 1,000 times.
Yeah, I have.
NBA players have seen it 1,000,000 times. And yet, it works every time. But how?
2 point.
And is this particular variation of the move even legal? Well, Harden's Euro step is all in the timing. The distinction here is the precise moment Harden gathers the ball in relation to his steps. See, this is where he gets really creative with the rules. Harden is a scoring genius in that he knows exactly what he can and cannot do. At face value, this move looks like a travel.
It does.
It's right there. 1, 2, 3 steps. But pay close attention to that first step. According to the rulebook, a player is allowed to have a 0 step, which is the step that is used while a player is gathering the ball. This step is the 0 step. Harden is still gathering the ball, so he still has 2 steps on his way to the basket. I know. It looks weird. According to everything we've been told, this should be a travel. But due to a shift in wording by the NBA and its rule on traveling, this is completely legal. And this is where many older NBA fans get frustrated with the officiating and the lack of violation.
Yeah, I'm not that old, but jeez.
1995, this is a travel. Shoot, in 2005, this is a travel. But with the league shifting in favor of more offense, things like this are now not only allowed in the NBA, moves like this are praised. Which brings us to James Harden's patented step back, or in many cases, double step back. The move that has opened the floodgates to scoring outbursts by perimeter players. Guys that rarely ever used the move 5 years ago are now relying on step backs to create the majority of their shots. Need space on your jumper? No worries. Just take 7 steps, a hop, skip, and a jump back to the 3-point line, and you've got all the space you need. At least, this is how a lot of fans see it. But similar to the 0 step Harden uses in his Euro step, the step back is all about the timing of the gather and when the 0 step is taken. Gather, 0 step, first step, second step. No travel. Do this on any court in the world outside of the NBA and you'll get flamed every single time. But again, the NBA is different. The league has really loosened up on its rules, and James Harden takes full
advantage of him.
But
you can't hate him for that.
Player to do this. As we spoke about before, some of the best players in NBA history manipulated and bent the rules to their advantage so much that the league had to create new rules just to slow them down. Michael Jordan was so crafty with his tactics that Jeff Van Gundy infamously called him a con man. The legacy of players that were so dominant that their greatness was taken as some sort of gimmick or unethical tactic has no shortage of all-time greats. In fact, here's a list of players that had rules created specifically to prevent them from abusing
palming
the
the ball,
time.
contact rule, rip the rule, the leg kick,
like
Reggie Miller, Derek Harper, hand checking, Vlad Divac, anti-flopping, 5-second rule, Charles Barkley, Will Chamberlain, free throw rule, and George McKinnon, goaltending.
Harper and Reggie Miller. In some cases, the techniques these players were using were so effective that future generations adapted them and the rule wasn't put into place until after they retired. It takes a special talent to be so good at a particular facet of the game that the league is forced to slow them down with new rules. But what happens when a player is so crafty, so genius, and so creative that doesn't have to break the rules?
What was that? Edit this out, 2 ads. Too long.
Nature Made knows quality.
Edit out.
We launched Nourish because you know you. No one's needs are the same.
Edit this out.
Take the Nourish quiz and get a vitamin regimen as individual as you are. Science just got personal.
To break the record books. What happens when a player is such a wizard with the ball that there really is no way to hinder their greatness without compromising the game itself?
It's true.
Everything Harden does from his
They probably have to add a role for James Harden.
Fair game for every player in the league. Anyone can use these techniques, and sometimes they try. Here's Luka Doncic using Harden's double step back.
Hey!
Here's Kyrie Irving using the patented move. Here's Kawhi Leonard using the infamous arm hook.
Nice.
So all of these players are able and willing to use Harden's techniques to get buckets and generate offense.
Nice. Okay.
None of them are averaging 35 points a game.
Why not?
Because contrary to popular belief, there is much more to Harden's game than flopping and rule bending. If there's anything over the last 5 seasons, it's
what did he just do to him?
James Harden. Just like Kareem and his skyhook, it looks simple.
He just touched him.
Effective,
what?
And yet you see other players try it and fail
illegal.
Time and time again.
Kareem's high skyhook.
Can do what Harden does because it's much more than just manipulating the rules of the
game.
It
really is.
His shooting, handle, decision making, and overall skill set force the defense into bad positions and bad decisions that would not be necessary.
And he doesn't even have a real second all-star other than Russell Westbrook. Imagine if he had a star center.
Or some sort of off-ball action to set up the offense. But Harden is different. His incredible shooting ability forces the defense.
Imagine if he had like an AD on his team.
Add that to the fact that if the defense
even just a decent center, Dwight Howard maybe.
Will create an open look from 3.
Nah, not Dwight Howard. Wouldn't be championship team.
Commit to the potential step back. So now that they're forced to play close, Harden can now use his handle to blow right past them. Which even before he does this, the defense is already second guessing. If he backs up, Harden is going to use a step back. If he gets closer, Harden is going to use an array of techniques to blow by him. So that's what he does. Now that he's inside, his excellent passing ability comes into play. The defense
have to commit,
Harden or stay with his man and leave the lane wide.
I'd rather guard Harden, just like
a great post defender is going to get abused at this point because of Harden's ability to finish through contact or find the open man with.
Alright, TikTok notification, get the heck out of here.
Or assist 90% of the time, and it all started back here. No screens, no offensive schemes.
ISO, just like me.
Just a guy with the ball and a defender on a lonely, desolate island trying his absolute
He broke him. He's on the floor.
Does James Harden break the rules of basketball to get his buckets? No. He doesn't have to. When you are this good, this crafty, this elusive and versatile, you can shapeshift your way to 35 a night regardless of the rules. Because if the NBA adjusted their rules on the court to slow Harden down, he would just adapt, invent some new unguardable move, and get his 35 one way or another. Hope you all enjoyed, and as always, until next time.
The beard. Hey, Wukan reacts. That's gonna wrap it up. And 100 subscribers, like and subscribe. Wukan, do you know? Whoa! Wukan reacts out. Peace!